Greetings, gentry of the void. Ah, how you guys doing? Great times, great times. I need to explain some things before I get on track with what I'm doing in this video. So, I want to go over something that I super oversighted last week that I need to do now. I need to explain why I've made this video 3 times randomly, and my general thing like the past like maybe hour trying to fix it. But let's get to that. And before I start that, get a drink first. Oh yeah, that's what's up. I tried my best literally in this time period to figure out a better way for it. My brain is stuck on the let's do this one more time thing from Spider-Man into Spider-Verse. But anyway, not important. This is my new shirt. I like it a lot. But last week's stuff first because justifiably I was in a mood, also very tired, also was very sick. So mostly the sick and tired part because 6.5 hours, technically maybe more, of being sick does drain you. But I was super happy about my super fucking shirt. Just washed now, so I don't have it to show you. In this shirt, but I briefly showed this book, and I want to talk more about it a little bit, a little bit. This is an official Borderlands cookbook. That technically is not what's important about the book. The important part about the book is called Eat the Borderlands, one Loaderbot's culinary tour through Pandora and beyond. This book, I waited a long time for, and I really wanted to get it. A, because it was a passion project that people wanted to get to, and they like, talked to Gearbox and everything else. And not only does it combine major random things, but it does stuff from every single Borderlands game and other stuff. Look at this. This is Kitagawa's major merger Maki. This is a recipe to make sushi. It's a good picture. And the cool thing about this book that I really look forward to looking into it, every single one of these recipes has this blue text. This blue text is legitimately a part of a story. Every recipe in this book, no matter what page you go to, it's based on a story. And the story of this book, which is a random thing that no one had to do, the entire book is based on a loader bot randomly making sense of random things, references through Borderlands, through all the side characters, whether it be drinks, food, snacks, all the random things that look good in the Borderlands series games, of all of the games, it's in the book. And that's super cool. And like the entire book has this logic of like every single recipe has the logic of a thing. And what makes this book so interesting, it's separated into cool things. Separated into mains, snacks, desserts, drinks, and there's actually other concoctions and everything else. I love this cookbook. Literally. Like cookbooks are really interesting, but like cooking has to be maybe in my top 5 things that I like doing, which is like really high considering how like I think how I'm a slightly lazy person, and I can be athletic about so many things. Cooking is really important to me, and I realized like once I got this book, I haven't owned a cookbook in a long time. Like I print out recipes and I say recipes constantly, but I haven't had a cookbook in a long time. This is like a big deal for me. But that was everything from last week I want to talk about because I super like this cookbook. And that's last week's stuff. This week's stuff. The most important thing I can talk about this week is that I have a light strip. I like strip, and it works with my Apple Home because I'm going to slowly build automation into my very small room. And technically, on a normal day, that would be where I end this week because stuff happened this week, obviously. But my Mac is trying to die. I sorry, I usually a lot. I usually have this whole week thing that I want to talk about, and I can't super talk about it because well, no one watches my videos. Um, I think logically it's one of those cool things that I want to keep to myself. But I will say this cool roundabout thing. My good friend, my good friend Honey, my good friend Honey, um, is a cool person, and I really like our friendship because it's just a cool friendship that we have. Mostly because I've met someone in a really strange way that I can connect with on a level that I didn't think I could. Not because like of word, not because of like oh my god, I gotta be careful how I say this. It's cool to know someone that can relate to problems going wrong physically with your body due to a disease and have the ability to learn and like someone for the thing that they're going through and the ability to constantly connect with someone who appreciates you checking on them. I can say this because I've gone, I would say my entire time in Florida, not really making friends. I will say that I did have friends and I did connect with people, but like the vastness between the things that we did and connected with were really far away because other people had different things in life. Me and Honey have different things in life, but I think that we are enjoying each other's company for the randomness that the things coming out of it. That being said, I randomly got a creative writing project out of something she sent me. And it's been a fun experience and a random eye opening thing to deal with because she legitimately checked something off of a list. Like I don't have a bucket list, but like for things that like people talk about are common in things that people say they normally do. I never had some of these random things happen, but she randomly checked something off my checklist that I never thought would happen, and then she doubled down on it in a bigger way. And then because of that thing she dumped on me, she was like, creative writing project. And I'm loving that project. And that, in its essence, Long Light Strip, has been my week because Light Strip let me know in a really strange way that having a VPN is turning into not a nightmare, but it's turning into one of those things that I constantly need to think about because I just don't technology wise, I am okay. I wouldn't say I'm great, but like if it involves Mac technology or it involves like a cell phone, I generally can be like, oh, you can do this, because I had so much trial and error, figuring things out, looking things up, and going to other sources to find things out and figure out how you do something little bit more efficiently. I will say I've done that for a very long time. So having a VPN currently for a bunch of reasons, and with things and sites becoming harder to access, games disappearing, and privacy issues currently in the headlines, I think having a VPN for what I'm doing super good. I have VPN for my own personal reasons, and I think it's cool that I have it. But I fought with this light strip for mm, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out like seeing things. I went to Reddit twice, which wasn't super helpful before I decided to like give up, cut my VPN off so I can play a game on my phone because apparently I can't access Riot games with a VPN. And the light worked. It works now. It's super cool. I automated it to my fancy door, so when I come home, no matter what time it is, whenever I open my door, this light will go to a different color, and it will go to a different light fixture, different light setting. So that means if I come back middle of the night, come back late, my light will always cut on when I open the door. I need to set up leaving the home thing for an ultimate backup thing, and I need to set up arrive home things. But this little light strip and the process I went through with it taught me a lot of random stuff about optimization that I can't do based on people's problems with other light strips and how they were complaining about problems that they were having with connecting to light strips in certain levels of optimization. That technically wasn't my problem, but it is going to help me solve a problem that I didn't know existed that I can do later for other things. But the thing I want to talk about in this rambly video that I am making is I have been forced, I have been forced into a position that I don't need to think about improving, but I have to improve. Let me explain. This year, I forgot what video it is or what I wrote down. This year, I had things I want to do for this year that I want to do more of. And one of the things I want to do is to improve these videos to a certain degree. I realized today that I'm going to have to work harder toward that, and I also want my streams. This week, I had some downtime, and I figured out a bunch of stuff that changed from when I originally knew it. And these things are as follows. A, I can officially use a Stream Deck with my Mac. I can automate buttons and I can be able to put things from OBS or Stream Elements or Streamlabs OBS into it and it will still work. I can get a Stream Deck and it will not require me to have a PC. It does work with Mac, and there is an upgraded version of Stream Deck that I can run from the in and out source to the Stream Deck that will allow me to be able to control my volume and it will be able to control the output that is going into the video. And that means that I can now stream in an efficient manner. It means on top of that, I can finally use my PNG model that I paid for last year, that I really was happy with, and I could do more stuff with it. I can finally use that thing. And I can finally be a PNG tuber, which is a short-term goal that I've really want after trying to work toward for the entire year. And with all these things together, it will make it easier for me to do things that work with Twitch, which means that I can officially maybe sit down, start a game, do streaming schedules, and do stuff like that goes into my little random pocket of me doing dumb things that makes me happy. Now, all that's super good. I'm super happy to find out all the information as it came to me. And also with that, I got alcohol this week. Doesn't connect to anything, but I was happy to know that I got alcohol for things, and I'm happy with that. Um, that out of the way. The problem that I ran into today, and which made me start the video for 3 times, is that I am running out of space in my phone. My phone has 250 gigs. And you might think to yourself, "That's a lot of space on the phone. What are you using in that phone?" The answer is pictures. Like I have a few movies in my phone, but it's mostly pictures. I have over 10,000 pictures in my phone, and I'm not going to delete any of the pictures either. So it's not a it's not super important why I have over 10,000 pictures. I just have grown up in a standpoint that when it comes to finding something cool, finding a picture, a gift set of something interesting, I've learned in the age of the internet that if you do not save something that you like, think is cool, or you want to show someone again later at to a background, wallpaper, screensaver, any of those bizarre things, if you don't save it, sometimes it won't be there when you go back to it. And as someone who likes multiple animes, different shows, uses Tumblr, goes on Flickr, sees stuff on Pinterest, and like sees things that artists put out. Some of those things have linked back to things that I care about later. I support three people on Patreon because randomly at different times I saw art that I thought was cool and saved it and didn't know who made it. And then later I would see a different picture of the same style and didn't know it. This picture right here, this one right here, I have the picture of this. I have a saved picture of this from like 2020, like within the last not the last 5 years, within the last 6 years, I have a copy of this in my phone. There is no name on this. This is made by Justin O'Neill. This is made by Justin O'Neill. That's made by Justin O'Neill. If you look at these three pictures, I don't want you to see it very, very well. They're not written or tagged. But as an emo kid, I randomly will see something, and I saw this picture forever ago. It says, "May I offer a dagger in these trying times?" Super interesting picture. Like the picture. No idea who made it. Because things like that exist, people make things constantly. Because people make things, and then people don't like what they make and get rid of it later. And I'm like, I like that thing. Because of that, I have thousands of pictures in my phone, things that people sent me, jokes, memes, things that I thought would be funny to someone else, gift sets, pictures of things I thought were funny to send someone else at a different point in time. People that make Renaissance art moments. I like pictures. I'm a photographer and I am an observer of the world. Not my point. My point was my cell phone is running out of space. And because my cell phone was running out of space, I realized that I have to switch the camera. And that led me down to a rabbit hole when I was finding out Steam Deck things and better Steam Deck things. I think I'm going to buy a Steam Deck. No, not Steam Deck. Is it Steam Deck? I'm thinking about the wrong thing, am I? I'm going to get a Steam Deck. I'm going to get a Steam. Not Steam Deck. A Stream Deck. I'm going to get a Stream Deck Pro that does all things, and then I'm going to get an Elgato capture card that will work with my Mac, and that will be how I'm going to get my videos on Twitch in the future. While doing that, I found out that there is a better version of this mic. It's made by Hollyland. This is a knockoff version of that thing. Super interesting. I want the official version of it that will work with camera, will still work with my iPhone, and will work with my future iPhone that will have more space in it. Those are the things that I'm trying to work toward. Where's my button? I forgot where I put it. That's kind of bad, actually. I found it. That's the thing I want to do. That's the week. That's the week. Next week, I might have a new bag. I don't know. I'll probably be drinking by then. I'll have pictures of stuff I want to do, and I'll keep upgrading things. I am very hungry, and I've been fighting at getting rid of old videos I don't need anymore. I make sure they were backed up and on YouTube for an hour, and I suddenly got hit with a pang of eat this, and I remembered I microwaved something. I'm very hungry. It's one other thing. I hope the week's better than mine. Honestly, my week this week, interesting, full of discoveries, fun things, and other random reasons why it was good for me. There's that. But I wish you a better week than me. Truly, if you didn't have a week where you had self-discovery and you had random things that you felt happy or comfortable with someone else, and you felt that things may be on a better path, If you didn't have that, your week better than mine. If last week you didn't spend hours throwing up, you're all better than mine. But in general, my health was better than mine. I will see you all again in the near future. I hope. Why is my remote not working? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Until next week. Ta.